Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of photo editing with Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva and Lightroom tutorial. So now we are on this chapter number 10 where we'll be learning about image tracing in Illustrator. Okay, so now I will be showing you that how you will be able to turn a JPG image or a PNG image into a vector illustration. Okay, so from a rasterized picture, how you will be able to make it a vector. So if you want to work in with the graphics, okay, in any other pages, okay, you guys can able to easily work with those images. Okay, so you'll be able to see that when you zoom in or zoom out a rasterized image, it will just look kind of distorted. Okay, but once you use a vector one, okay, you won't be able to see any differences. Okay, so you'll be able to increase the size as much as you want. You will be able to decrease the size as much as you want as well. Okay, so now let's see how the image tracing basically works in Illustrator. So now over here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Adobe Illustrator. So the first thing is you need to come up over here, create up a new file. Let's take this particular size and let's name this as 1. Okay, so I will just name this one as 1 and let's click on create to create a page quite like this. So now I will just keep this one over here in one side. Let's come here and let's just bring this thing down over here in the center. So let's come here, let's place it somewhere over here in the center. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up an image. So for that, again, what you need to do is let's go to file. And from file, let's click on place. Okay, so the shortcut key is shift plus control plus P. So let's click over here. And now first what I'm going to do is I am going to take a black and white image. Okay, so you need to know that once you place up a black and white image right over here, let's take this particular image down here into this particular place. If you do want to move it, you guys will be able to move this one up a little bit over here as well. Okay, so now if you want to basically trace this particular image, what you can do is you guys can come here and let's select this image up. Let's go back. And from here, now I will just select this image. And over here down, you guys can see I do have an option called image tracing. Okay, so if you want to make this one up a vector just by one click, you guys can come here and this is a JPG image basically. So I will just click on image trace. And what I can do is I will come here and I will just click on OK. So I'll wait now. And now my particular image right over here have turned into a JPEG. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's go to image tracing. Let's come here. If you do want to increase the size, you guys can come here and you guys will be able to increase the size from here itself. So let's come here. So now over here again, what I'll do is I will come here and from this essential workspace. Okay, so this was the essential workspace. I will come here. Let's go to this essential classic workspace. So once I come over here, I will come here on top and I will just click on this image trace option. Okay, so before that, if you do want to rasterize this one, you guys can come here and let's select this one. And if you do want to rasterize, you guys will be able to rasterize this particular layer as well. Okay, so I will come here and let's just trace this particular image and I will just click on OK. And over here, this image has been rasterized. So now what I'll do is I will go to Windows and from Windows, now I will go into this image trace option. Okay, so the first thing what you need to do is over here, you guys can see I do have a lot of preset. Okay, so you guys can use this black and white logo if you do have a black and white image, and also if you do have colors, you can use all of this, which I will be showing just after this one. So now I will just keep this one as default, and in view, make sure to put the tracing result. Okay, so put the tracing result over here. And as this one is a black and white image, you guys can come here and you guys can select black and white. Okay, and over here you guys can see this one is one of the important option. Suppose over here this particular lines, if I do want to make them kind of wide. Okay, so in that case I will come here, and maybe if I just increase too much, here you guys can see it will just go all dark, and if I decrease too much it will just go all white. Okay, so I have to come here in the center. Okay, so over here you guys can see the threshold of my lines. If I just click on Control Plus, and if I just zoom too much over here, I'll be able to see out the differences. So let's come over here, and now let's increase this one. And now over here in the path option, okay, so how I want my path to be. So if I just decrease it too much, it doesn't look that great. Okay, so over here you guys can look at the path, and now let's just increase it, and it's somewhere good between 70 to 80. Okay, so over here you guys can see how it actually looks. And now over here in the corners, what I can do is I will just decrease the corners. Maybe I will just keep it somewhere around 20s. So over here you guys can see the corners look so great as well. Okay, and now over here if you do want to increase the noise, okay, you guys can increase the noise over here. Okay, let me just give it around 85. And over here now, as this one is also done, and here you guys can see this particular JPEG image, they also do have the white color, and it will basically select the white color as a background as well. So now I will just click here on ignore color. Okay, and now I will just click here on preview, and this is how it actually looks. And now once this is basically done, once you have created this thing, let's click here onto the expand option. So I will come here, let's just go back, and over here I have just made this one as a vector image. So now if you do want to ungroup all of this, you guys can come here and you guys can just ungroup all of this. Let's come here. If you do want to give this one up any color, so you guys can come here, and if you want to ungroup this again, so you guys will be able to ungroup this all again as well. So let's come here. If you want to put out any color, you guys can come here and select any particular part. Let's say I just want to come right over here, and from here now if you want to select this part, let's say I will just select this part, and from here now I will just try to give some color. So let's come here into the color option, and from here you guys can see there is 3 lines. So I'll just click here onto the 3 lines option, and as this one is in the grayscale right now, I will come here and I will take this one to the RGB mode. Okay, so I will come here and I'll just take it to the RGB mode, and over here you guys can see how this one actually looks. So you guys can basically change the color. Okay, so you guys can come here, and also what you guys can do is let's come here, let's select this one. Again, what you guys can do is come here, and from here you guys can basically select this live paint bucket tool. Okay, so come here, select this one, let's select the RGB color, and from here you guys can actually give out some color as well. Okay, so come here, and from here you guys can basically put out some colors over here in the outline. So come here and maybe just put out the colors over here. Okay, so now I will just deselect and I'll just deselect outside. And if you want to select anything else, you guys can come here, and let's say you want to select this whole body. In that case, you guys can come here, select this live paint bucket, and from here let's go to the RGB color, and from here basically I will be able to select what color do I want to put. So let's come here, let's select this particular color, and what you can do is let's just paste it right over here. And also if you do want to put it over here, okay, you guys can come here, and basically if you do want to change this one, you guys can come here, and let's say I will just take up a white color, and from here I will just put up a white color over here as well. So now let's just create some or take some different color. Let's go with something dark blue. Okay, so I will just take this color and let's come to this part, and also I'll just put it over here into this particular part. Okay, so now if you want me to give some color over here, you guys can also give some color, and here you guys can see this is how my vector file basically looks. Okay, so if I just go back and if I do want to group it all again, I will just select all of it and I will just click here on group. Okay, and here you guys can see now I do have my vector file ready to work over here. Okay, so now this was basically about a black and white image if you do have. Now we'll see if we do have add color image, and from there if and how I will be able to change it into a vector. So for that, again, I will come here into the file option. Let's create a new file, and from here now I will just click on to create. And again, what I'll do is I will come here onto the file option, and from here I will place up an image. So now let's go to my resource file, and again I will just go to file, and from here let's go to place. And what I'll do is I will come up over here into this color JPEG, and I'll just take this image, and what I'll do is I'll just click on place. So I will come here, I will just place this one, and now again what I'll do is I will just place this image quite like this. So let's just delete this image, and what I'm going to do is I am going to come right up over here, and if you do want me to increase the size, you guys can see I can basically increase the size of this particular image. So this one is basically a JPEG. Okay, so this one is a JPEG image, and now after selecting right over here, what I can do is I can click on image trace. So I'll come here, and from here I will just click on image trace, and I will just click on OK over here, and this one has got traced. But here you guys can see it's showing me in black and white. Because if you remember, in just our previous page over here, we do have used the black and white image. So for that, what I'll do is I will come here and I will select the image trace option. Okay, so for that, I will come here, I will just select this image trace option. Let's keep here onto the sides. Let's come here and let's view it quite like this. So from here, the first thing what you will change is you will come here, and from black and white, you will just click on color. Okay, so over here, there is one thing about Illustrator is that it can basically work with around 30 of the colors. Okay, so at the same time, it will be able to take only 30 colors, because sometimes we do have some complex images in which they do have different kind of shades, different kind of gradients, which actually consists of a lot of colors. Okay, so over here, let's see how many colors do I have. Okay, as I will be able to set this one. Okay, and the quality will be better. Okay, so let's come here and let's take around 15. Okay, so let's come here and I'll just put it somewhere around 20. And over here, you guys can see it's basically working right over here. Okay. So here, as this one is basically done, what I'll do is I'll come here, and now from here, I will increase the path if I do want to increase the path over here. So over here, you guys can see I am just increasing the path of my image right over here. You guys can see. So this one basically looks good. And now over here, if you want to decrease the corners, let's come here into 15, and I will just put the corners to 15. And now over here, let's select the noise, and now I will just decrease the noise from here as well. Let me just keep it around 15, or 10 is also good. No problem with that. So I will just decrease the noise because I don't want a cluttered one. Okay, so I will come here and now I will just click on ignore color. So now this is basically done. I have actually changed all of this preset over here. You guys can see in the palette, I do have given limited. And now again, what I'll do is I will come over here and I will just click on expand. Okay, so I will come here, I will click on expand, and over here you guys can see it's basically tracing all of the parts over here. So now again, if you come to this particular place, if you want to work with individual parts over here, you guys can ungroup this one, and let's come here, let's select this one and let's ungroup again. And now individually you guys will be able to select this particular part. And if you do want to change up the color, let's come here and let's just give this one up a different color. So you guys will be able to give different colors from here itself. Okay, so if you come here and let's say if you want to change a color, of this one. So I will come here, and now over here I will be able to change up the color. So the same way, let's select this one, let's come here, and now let's give up this particular color, and this is how it will actually look. Okay, so now I hope you guys have understood this class on how you will be able to change a PNG and a JPEG file into a vector file, in which you will be able to work on with each and every part individually. Like if you want to put something extra, if you want to make it look good, if you do want to change up the colors, okay, you guys can do that and use it in your vector. So now again, once you are done with each and everything, let's say I will come here and let me just change up the color. Let's come here, let's put it quite dark. And the same way, I will come here and maybe I will just put it right over here itself. So I'll come here and I'll just click on OK. And here now I will just select each and everything once I'm done, and I'll just group it up. So now if I just decrease the size, okay, let's click on Shift, let's decrease the size. And this is how I am able to decrease the size of all of this. So let's come here, let's select all of this. And now the last thing what I'll do is I will just save up these files. Let's go to the file option from here, and from here let's click on export and let's go for save for web. So let's come here, and from here now let's click on save, and now let's go to desktop, and from here let's select my resource file, and from here I will name this one as black and white. So I will come here and I'll name this one as black and white, and I will click on to save. Okay, so this file will basically get saved, and the same way I will do with this one. Let's come here, let's go to export, let's go for save for web, and from here now I will just click on to save. Okay, so I will come here and now let's just select the file name. I will just name this one as color vector. Okay, so I will just name this one as color vector over here, and I will just save this particular file up. Okay, and now if I do want to save this particular vector, so for that I need to come here, go to file, instead of export I need to select save as. And if I do want to save it here in my system, I will go to save on your computer. Let's go to desktop, let's go to my resource file, and from here I will name this particular file as black and white vector. So I'll just come here and let me just save this particular file, and let's click on OK over here in this particular window. Let's click on OK, and this particular file has been saved. Let's come over here, repeat the same thing with this vector as well. Save on your computer. Let's come here and let's name this one as color vector. Okay, so I will just name this one as color vector. Let's go to desktop, let's go to my resource file, and let's save it up, and just click on OK over here into this particular window, and this is basically done. So yeah, I hope you guys have understood this class on how you will be able to use Illustrator if you do have any image. Okay, so I have showed you guys many ways of how you will be able to do photo editing in Illustrator. Okay, so we have learned about Illustrator, we have learned about Photoshop, and now we will learn how you will be able to do in Canva from the next class. So I hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.